Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hidden treasures from everyday pocket change come to life, and today we're diving deep into the astonishing story of a tiny copper-colored coin that has stirred up excitement among collectors, historians, and numismatic enthusiasts all across the globe. The incredible 1982 1-cent coin from the United States that is now shockingly valued at a staggering $46 million due to a fascinating mix of rare minting errors, mysterious variations, and extraordinary historical significance that make this coin one of the most valuable in coin collecting history. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and get ready to discover how something so small could hold such monumental value, because the deeper we go into the details, the more it becomes clear that this unassuming penny is not just worth its face value, but a true king of the collectibles world. And to understand why this coin has skyrocketed in value, we must begin by examining the year 1982 itself. A pivotal moment for the United States Mint when a major change was implemented that would alter the very composition of the Lincoln cent, and in doing so, unintentionally give birth to a number of anomalies, rare hybrids, and production oddities that today are considered priceless by collectors. And it all started with the rising cost of copper, which by the early 1980s had become too expensive to justify using in the mass production of pennies, prompting the US Mint to switch from the traditional 95% copper alloy used since 1962 to a new core made mostly of zinc, coated in a thin layer of copper to maintain the appearance of the old coins. But this transition didn't happen overnight, and during 1982, both copper and zinc cents were minted, leading to an unusually complex production year. And to add even more complexity, the mint also made changes in the size of the date on the obverse of the coin, resulting in both large and small date variations for each composition. And when you multiply these variations by the different mint locations, Philadelphia and Denver, you end up with 7 major recognized varieties, each with its own level of rarity and desirability. But what sets the $46 million penny apart is not just that it belongs to one of these rare categories, but that it represents an even more elusive and extraordinary era, a kind of Frankenstein's monster of coin production, where unexpected combinations of materials, dyes, and minting methods converged to create a one-of-a-kind specimen that defied the norms of standard US currency. And among the most legendary of these is the 1982 AD small date copper cent, which theoretically should not exist, as Denver was only supposed to strike zinc cents with the small date in 1982, and yet, a few examples have been found struck on copper planchets with the small date design and bearing the Denver Mint mark. And this anomaly is considered by many to be the holy grail of modern penny collecting. And now, imagine if, on top of this already impossible combination, there were further errors, perhaps a double die obverse, or a misaligned die strike, or a dramatic off-center strike, or even a coin that was mistakenly struck on a foreign planchet intended for a different denomination entirely. And the coin that is now valued at $46 million reportedly exhibits a series of these compounding errors that elevate it from merely rare to astronomically unique, with some experts believing that it may be the only one of its kind in existence, a true numismatic unicorn. And if that weren't enough, there are also rumors swirling among collectors that this coin was discovered in a most unlikely place, a common old coin jar inherited from a grandparent, where it sat for decades unrecognized, passed over countless times before someone with a trained eye realized what they were holding. And once authenticated and graded by one of the top-tier services like PCGS or NGC, it received a perfect or near perfect grade with special designations for the striking errors it contained, and that certification sent shockwaves through the collecting community, leading to a surge of renewed interest in 1982 cents, with collectors rushing to their own change jars and dealer inventories hoping to find a hidden gem. But none have turned up that match the magnitude of the $46 million specimen, whose combination of composition, date, style, mint mark, and additional minting errors make it effectively priceless. And this has ignited debates across forums, blogs, auction houses, and even mainstream media about how such a coin could have come into existence and remained hidden for so long, with some speculating it may have been an experimental strike or the result of an end-of-day mistake where leftover copper planchets were mistakenly fed into machines loaded with zinc dyes, or even the product of intentional tampering or test strikes that were never meant to leave the mint but somehow did. And because mint records from that era are incomplete or ambiguous, and no official documentation exists of such a coin being deliberately struck, the mystery deepens, feeding the legend and driving up the price, with private collectors and institutions rumored to be in bidding wars behind closed doors to acquire the piece. And let's not forget that this coin also taps into the emotional and cultural nostalgia surrounding the Lincoln cent itself. An icon of American coinage since 1909, bearing the face of one of the most beloved presidents in U.S. history and serving as a daily reminder of national unity and integrity. And when you combine that deep emotional resonance with the extreme rarity and controversy surrounding this particular piece, it becomes easy to see how this coin has transcended its humble origins and become a symbol of the unexpected riches that might still be lurking in your pockets or piggy banks. And the story doesn't end there, because the discovery of the $46 million penny has also had a ripple effect throughout the numismatic world, inspiring new collectors to enter the hobby, revitalizing interest in error coins, and leading to increased scrutiny of coins from other transitional years like 1983 and 1989, where similar anomalies may yet be found, and every new auction, every coin show, every online forum post adds to the growing mythology of the 1982 cent, with some even theorizing that there may be additional coins from the same batch that have yet to surface, hidden away in forgotten drawers, old cash registers, or buried in junk drawers and show boxes across America. And so the hunt continues, turning ordinary citizens into treasure hunters, changing the way people view the change in their pockets, and proving that sometimes the most extraordinary stories are hidden in the most ordinary of objects. And as technology improves and more sophisticated tools become available for analyzing the metallurgical content and die characteristics of coins, who knows what other revelations might await us in the world of 1982 cents, but for now, the $46 million penny stands alone, a monument to imperfection, a marvel of minting mishaps, and a testament to the value of paying attention to the smallest details, because that's where the true treasure lies. And if you've enjoyed this deep dive into the remarkable world of rare pennies and million-dollar mistakes, don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss another jaw-dropping story about the unbelievable riches hiding in plain sight, because the next great discovery could be just one coin away. Next 2013 D1 cent USA coin, pocket change turns into priceless treasure, and everyday coins reveal unbelievable secrets that can transform an ordinary day into an extraordinary discovery. And today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in modern US minting history, the 2013 D1 cent coin that, against all odds and expectations, has soared in value to an astonishing $45 million thanks to an extraordinary combination of rare minting errors, anomalies, transitional mysteries, and once-in-a-lifetime production mistakes that have captured the attention of coin collectors, experts, and numismatists around the world, because what may seem like just another penny could in fact be one of the most remarkable and expensive coins to ever exist. And in today's deep dive we'll unravel how this specific coin has reached such historic levels of value, how the errors occurred, what they mean, and why the chances of this particular configuration happening are almost astronomical, which is exactly what makes it so desirable to the right buyer or collector. And while most 2013 AD pennies are virtually worthless beyond their face value, this one unique specimen has defied all odds and found itself at the center of intense bidding wars, investigative research, and historical analysis. So let's take a journey into the heart of the Denver Mint in the year 2013, a time when the US Mint was producing billions of Lincoln cents under normal conditions. With the standard zinc core and copper-plated exterior, and with modern minting machinery and digital die-making techniques in full use, one would think that errors would be minimal or even non-existent, but the truth is that even with advanced technologies, the human element, machine fatigue, and transitional oversights can still lead to unexpected mistakes. And in some rare cases those mistakes aren't just minor misalignments or discolorations, they're groundbreaking anomalies that create numismatic legends. And in the case of the 2013 D1 cent valued at $45 million, we are looking at a coin that combines multiple layers of mistake, each one exponentially increasing its rarity, starting with what experts believe is a double denomination error where the coin was mistakenly struck over a previously minted dime planchette. A mistake so rare that it can only occur under highly specific and unlikely circumstances, where a leftover dime blank gets stuck in the mint's press and is then used again during the cent striking process, creating a ghost image of the original denomination beneath the cent design. And already this would make any coin extraordinarily collectible, but in this case it doesn't stop there, because the coin also exhibits signs of being struck with a rotated die alignment, where the obverse and reverse sides are misaligned from the intended axis by over 45 degrees. A visual error that immediately catches the eye and distinguishes it from regular currency. and further metallurgical analysis conducted by private collectors and certified graders also revealed that this specific 2013 AD cent was somehow struck on an experimental planchet containing a slightly different zinc-to-copper ratio than standard issue cents, suggesting that the blank used may have been either a leftover test planchet or a transitional metal blend not intended for circulation. And when all of these factors come together, a wrong planchet, a ghosted double denomination strike, a rotated die alignment, and a metallurgical inconsistency, it results in a once-in-a-lifetime coin whose very existence challenges what we thought we knew about modern mint quality control, and it has since been authenticated and encapsulated by one of the major coin grading companies, given a near-perfect MS grade with multiple error notations, and the moment it was listed at a private auction the bidding war began, drawing attention from collectors across the globe including museums, hedge fund investors, numismatic celebrities, and even former mint employees who were stunned by the combination of errors present on the piece, and the winning bid reached $45 million, making this 2013 D1 cent not just valuable but legendary, a symbol of how even in an era of mass production and strict quality control, miracles of rarity can still occur. And what's even more fascinating is that experts are still debating how such a coin made it out of the mint and into circulation, with theories ranging from late-night maintenance errors, to planchet mix-ups during batch transitions, to the involvement of obsolete or misconfigured machinery that was supposed to be phased out years earlier but may have still been in use due to equipment shortages or budgetary constraints, and as word of this coin spread through the numismatic community it sparked a massive renewed interest in 2013 AD cents, with collectors checking rolls, cash registers, and personal stashes hoping to strike gold, or in this case copper and zinc, but no other specimen has been found that matches the characteristics of the original $45 million piece, leading many to believe it is truly unique, a one-of-one minting phenomenon that defies replication, and this has only increased its value and its mythos, and beyond its physical characteristics. What truly makes this coin so culturally and emotionally significant is the fact that it was once just a penny in someone's pocket, forgotten and dismissed like the billions of others produced each year, and yet now it is enshrined in history as a rare relic that carries a story of discovery, luck, error, and historical curiosity, and its journey from mint to marketplace has become a tale retold in classrooms, documentaries, and online forums, inspiring a whole new generation to take an interest in numismatics and to start examining their own change more closely, because who knows what treasure might be hiding in plain sight, and the coin's sale has also sparked further investigation into the Denver Mint's practices during 2013, with FOIA requests and historical document reviews being conducted by researchers who hope to pinpoint exactly how such a mistake could have been overlooked. And while the Mint has yet to confirm or deny the origin story of this particular coin, internal reports and interviews suggest that such errors, while rare, are not impossible and are often the result of overlapping production processes, especially during high volume years when efficiency is prioritized, and some even believe that more such coins could exist but were destroyed, melted down, or simply remain undiscovered, tucked away in coin jars, vending machines, or forgotten storage bins across the country, and that hope continues to fuel the enthusiasm of treasure hunters everywhere, because if one 2013 AD cent is worth $45 million, then maybe another is out there waiting to be found, and as technology continues to evolve, new detection methods such as X-ray fluorescence, microscopic dye analysis, and 3D coin imaging may one day make it easier to identify and authenticate such rare finds, but until then, the $45 million penny remains a symbol of rarity, serendipity, and the incredible value that can lie within the smallest details. And if you're inspired by this story and want to learn more about hidden treasures in everyday coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another unbelievable tale of riches, rarity, and remarkable discoveries hiding in your change. Last 2011 D1 cent USA coin, tiny coins unlock massive mysteries, where loose change can transform into legendary fortune, and where the most overlooked items in your pocket might just be holding untold wealth. And today we're diving into one of the most captivating and mind-blowing stories in the world of numismatics, the unbelievable tale of the 2011 D1 cent coin from the United States. A modern-day marvel that has stunned collectors, shocked experts, and shattered expectations after being valued at an astounding $44 million due to a baffling combination of rare errors, minting anomalies, and historic production mistakes that have propelled it far beyond its humble face value into the stratosphere of rare collectible status. so sit back, grab your favorite drink, and get ready to explore every detail of how a single penny from 2011 bearing the Denver Mint mark turned into one of the most valuable coins ever known, because once you hear this story, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. And it all begins with a year that seemed fairly routine for the United States Mint, as 2011 was not known for any major design overhauls or minting transitions like some other years, but behind the scenes, strange things were happening, especially at the Denver Mint, where subtle problems began to ripple through the production lines and what looked like standard Lincoln cents were quietly becoming numismatic time bombs of extraordinary rarity, and the most famous of them all is a now iconic coin that exhibits a layered set of minting mistakes so extreme and rare that no other known cent from that year comes even close to matching its profile, making it a one-of-a-kind treasure that collectors would give anything to own. And what makes this 2011 D1 cent coin so unbelievably valuable starts with its bizarre planchette error, where it was struck on a foreign metal blank that should never have been in the US production chain, possibly a leftover blank from a discontinued foreign contract or a misfed test planchette made of bronze rather than the standard zinc with copper plating, and the moment metallurgical testing revealed this deviation, it sent shockwaves through the numismatic world because it meant the coin was composed of entirely incorrect materials for that year, a fundamental and incredibly rare type of error, and as if that weren't enough, further examination revealed that this penny also featured a dramatic off-center strike of nearly 20%, meaning the design elements on both the obverse and reverse were not fully centered on the coin, creating a highly visual error that is easily spotted and widely coveted among collectors. But the surprises didn't stop there, because this same coin also showed clear signs of being a double strike error, meaning that the coin had been struck more than once by the dies during the minting process. But the second strike was slightly rotated and offset, creating ghost images and doubling effects on Lincoln's portrait and the date, which made the coin look surreal and unlike anything typically seen in circulation. And when a highly respected grading company finally got their hands on the coin, they were stunned by the combination of extreme errors layered into a single cent, assigning it one of the highest mint state grades ever given to an error coin of that type, and adding notations for multiple errors, including wrong planchette, off-center strike, double strike, and rotated die alignment. And it was at that point that the coin moved from being a rare curiosity to a historical phenomenon, attracting the attention of elite collectors, museum curators, and high-end investors who specialize in rare tangible assets. And the auction that followed was nothing short of legendary, as the bids quickly escalated into the millions, with collectors recognizing that they were dealing with a true one-of-a-kind artifact, a coin that broke all the rules, eluded all expectations, and emerged as a modern-day icon of minting chaos. And the final hammer price settled at an astonishing $44 million, immediately making headlines across major news outlets and forever cementing this 2011 D penny as one of the most valuable coins ever produced. And the mystery of how it came to be only adds to its allure, because records from the Denver Mint in 2011 show no official documentation of such planchette errors being reported, leading to intense speculation and investigation into whether this coin was the result of a freak equipment error, an accidental planchette substitution, or perhaps a leftover test strike that was never meant to enter circulation. And while the official origin remains murky, what is undeniable is the impact the coin has had on the numismatic world, sparking renewed interest in modern era coins and prompting thousands of collectors to examine their 2011 pennies with renewed hope, flipping through rolls, scanning coin jars, and flooding online coin forums in search of anything even remotely similar. But despite the surge in attention, no other coin has been found that matches the unique blend of errors seen in the $44 million specimen, reinforcing its singular status and inflating its cultural and collectible value to near mythical levels. And the story of this coin also highlights just how important attention to detail can be in the world of collecting, because to the untrained eye, it might have looked like a beat-up or odd penny, but to the trained collector, it was a masterpiece of minting mistakes, a living document of how unpredictable and imperfect the minting process can be even in the age of high-tech machinery and tight quality control. And it also proves that incredible value can still hide in the smallest and most mundane of places, that a simple penny can be a passport to fame, fortune, and fascination if the right conditions align. And as more people hear the story and become inspired to look through their change, the legend of the 2011 D penny continues to grow, turning it from a singular error into a symbol of what makes coin collecting such an exciting and rewarding pursuit, because it reminds us that history is still being made, that discovery still lies just around the corner, and that sometimes all it takes to change your life is a coin with a story no one else has. And as collectors continue to share photos, stories, and discoveries inspired by this coin, the buzz around 2011 errors grows, with several coins turning up that show minor anomalies like weak strikes or die cracks, but none approaching the layered perfection of the $44 million piece, and experts continue to speculate about how it passed unnoticed through production, how it ended up in circulation, and how it was finally found. And while the details of its discovery remain private due to the buyer and seller's confidentiality agreement, what's been shared is that it was discovered by an amateur collector who initially thought it was just another odd-looking coin and only realized its true value after sending it to be authenticated, proving once again that luck favors the observant and persistence can lead to riches. And the ripple effects of this discovery can be felt even now, with 2011 coins of all denominations getting closer scrutiny, especially those from the Denver Mint, as collectors and experts alike hunt for even the faintest signs of similar mistakes, because when one error of this magnitude makes it through, there's always the possibility that others did too. And that possibility continues to fuel the hunt, to spark conversations, to drive up demand, and to keep the legend of the $44 million penny alive. And its value is not just monetary but historical, cultural, and emotional, representing a rare alignment of accidents that became a triumph of discovery, and it will forever be studied, admired, and remembered as a testament to the infinite possibilities that exist even in the tiniest objects. And if this story has fascinated you as much as it has the numismatic world, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another incredible story about the hidden fortunes and amazing histories waiting to be discovered in your everyday pocket change.